Hi and welcome guys, it's Brian from Brine's Aquatics. Just a quick update. Uh, just doing a quick feeding for the guppy tank, beta tank kind of combo. I added some new fish. I added some albino cory cats in here, I think 4 or 5 of them. I can't remember exactly how many. I got a couple more small hyphen plecos, one sitting right there. Let me see if I can't zoom in. Sorry if it's not focusing. And the other one's hiding in the Java moss. Like I said, I just recently fed. I put bloodworms and brine shrimp in this because I know the bottom feeders will, go after that pretty hard. So yeah, back to it. So the female guppies got to be ready to pop any day soon or drop their fry because they're getting so big and fat. I mean, I'm trying to keep this. Excuse all the moving around, but I'm trying to keep this tank pretty well fed. Now with the addition of the bottom feeders and a couple plecos in here, I think everything's looking pretty good. I gotta clean the glass today. I'm gonna give these guys like probably about 15-20 minutes to nibble, and then I'll clear the rest of the bloodworms and stuff out. Probably actually go put it over in the 125 there. If you're wondering what all the foam is, I put some effects in each of the tank, all 3 of the tanks I currently have set up. Good look at the Dumbo-eared betta. I got some plants that they sold at PetSmart really cheap. I think they were $1.99 or $1.29 for these 2 kind of grass looking plants, so I got 1 in each tank. I just kind of liked more of it, how the root structure was, which is over there. I'm all about trying to keep this as natural as possible. So yeah, I mean the guppies of this go nuts. Same with the albino cories for the different fish. I mean, do the bloodworms and brine shrimp that I put in here. I mean, there's been sorry for the shakiness. There's been some minor melt back of the different plants I put in here, but overall, I'm already starting to see new growth at the bottom. Hold on, let me see. See all those nice small leaves coming off from the base. That's adjusting. Sorry for the shakiness. But yeah, if you're wondering what the kind of purple view is of the tank, I got a grow light that I set pretty high up that I got on the tanks, and then I just got a regular CFL pointed at this one because I like watching this tank. So I figured the grow light can give those optimum temperatures. I love that look pleco. Very sweet looking pleco. The 2 of that I picked up that are very small. And you see the feeding frenzy going right here because that's where a lot of bloodworms and brine shrimp from the frozen cubes end it. But there's a perfect example. There's some more growth up on the stems of the plants right there. This Dumbo beta keeps coming into my shot, which is okay with me. I do have general cure in all my tanks. Actually, these 2, the 2 10-gallons, excuse me, it gets kind of shaky. I also picked up some snails, ivory, like 4 or 5 ivory snails. I put 3 in my 125 and 1 in each of these. And I picked up some small narite snails, like 5 of those, and I've only put them in the 10 gallons. Now, the reason why I use General Cure for both these tanks and Paragard and a couple other things that I threw in here is because I added new fish to the 10 gallons, and neither of these are running the any charcoal or activated carbon to take the chemicals out, because I got the feeder fish right there. I'm just going to let them grow out in here. Plus, they clean up a lot of the bottom. I got the 3 female bettas in there. I put 4 algae eaters just because I noticed there was some algae building up on my plants in both these tanks. But for the most part, yeah, I mean, everything's going good. I tested all my tanks. I recently added Flourish, which is over there. Sorry for the purple lighting. Like I said, I got a grow light. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I'm trying to keep, like I said, trying to keep these tanks really, really natural. Oh, there's a bunch of bulletworms stuck in the kabamba plant right there. It's kind of funny watching these little feeder fish with their mouths like full with the bloodworm. They can't fit it all the way down, so they're slowly chewing it down. There's one of the female bedders filled up, kind of fat, not bloated, that's fat from all the bloodworms. Now with these tanks, I only give them the bloodworms like probably once or twice a week. You know, 1 cube a tank. That might be way too much, but based on what I have stocked in here now, between the feeder fish, the Chinese algae eaters, and the pleco and the betas, you know, these are pretty well stocked, if not almost overstocked tanks. Now with the albino coracats and this 10-gallon, this new 10-gallon I set up, they're just in here till they put some more size in before I put them in the 125-gallon tank over here. Just a quick update on my 2 Oscars. They're doing pretty good. The Malefic seems to be helping because the Texas cichlid's been beating up on them quite a bit lately. Even though these guys are big, big monster eaters. I mean, unfortunately, I have some bad news. I lost my last corycat, peppered corycat in here. Found it stuck to the intake right there. I think probably one of the Oscars hit him hard, or I don't know what happened. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Just a very quick update. I'm just trying to get some photos on the fish. There's a couple of the koi. I mean, this koi right here, this white one, kind of with little orange spots. When I got him, he's probably only 4 inches long. Now he's like probably 8, maybe 9 now, from head to fin. There's a good picture of the Texas that likes to beat up on the Oscars. There's a couple of the comets. I think they're scarlet comets right there. Goldfish. So yeah, I mean, I still got those guys in here. Still debating what I want to do with this 55. Excuse the little bit of a mess. I'll just turn the video like this. The MagnaFlow 220 from Marineland is working awesome. My next project is going to be to clean up this 55-gallon. You can see all the stuff on the inside. I'm probably going to get a whole new frame. Like I said, I got this for cheap, really cheap money, like 40 bucks. So I figure I can invest a little bit of money to fix it. And I think the trim's only like 5 bucks to redo the trim all the way around. I mean, it's got some obvious blemishes. I mean, I'm thinking you can see it's pretty much through the whole glass right there. So I've been tempted to dismantle this 55 completely, cut the blemishes out of the glass, you know, the chips and stuff, and make a couple 29 gallons or do something like that. You know, because I could easily make the width right here, which is, you know, like 12.5 inches or almost 13 inches from side to side in depth. I can make a couple 29 gallons or, you know, like oddball tanks with this tank. And then have scrap pieces. I mean, at the same time, I know I can just get another piece of glass and shore it up right here and put this side towards the back of the tank. But this tank has some pretty good chips and gouges in it. So, and I did price brand new panes of glass out. But if I'm going to do that at the window store that's local to me, I'd probably just pay the money and have them build me, or cut all the pieces, polish all the edges, like, you know, this type of polishing, You know, in this duo tank from DIY tank where I resale, I get the trim. I mean, this trims this to help support the tank and take it up off the wood or whatever you're gonna set it on the stand. You don't need the trim per se, but it's helpful. I mean, if you're doing a 55, I'd say you definitely need a brace for the middle if you were gonna do that with glass, just like that brace is there. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, I swear this Pleco right here, the common Pleco right here, is put on another inch or two in size since I got that big, huge 125-gallon sponge filter, which seems to be kicking butt. I mean, I got the little 20-gallon sponge filter right there that I'm just keeping in there to seed. I'm probably going to do a little DIY sponge filter for that air stone in the back. So, I mean, I think that's about it. I just fed these guys, no joke, I put probably 4 or 5 bloodworm cubes in here, and probably 2 brine shrimp cubes in here for these guys, and that's probably way more than enough. I mean, believe it or not, these bigger fish will move this pretty large size gravel, which is between, like, small is probably 1/4 inch all the way up to 2-inch like chips in here quite frequently. Not far, but they'll be able to suck up some of the food. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I had in a previous video, I'm not sure if I showed you, I had a couple catappa leaves to this tank. So yeah, that's pretty much that's about it. Oh, there's one of the ivory snails right there, probably just hiding out. I just figure, you know, if I can get some decent snails, you know, they can help keep the glass clean and things like that. So that's about it, guys. Just a really quick update. You can see in my Melliflix, my stress coat, some prime, some stability, which reminds me I gotta put that in because that's how I'm cycling this tank so quickly. Plus, I used a filter that has been set up since I set these tanks up in the apartment, and it was actually that sponge filter that's in here is rated for 40 gallons. That used to be in here, so I put that in here to get this tank cycled. I recently showed the video where I added the gravel to this 10-gallon. That's from a previous tank that I had set up like 4 years ago. I didn't bleach it, I didn't do anything to that gravel at all. And the plants seem to enjoy it, and you know, having gravel in your tanks does add another place for beneficial bacteria to grow. So yeah, I mean, I think that's about it for this update. Let me know what you think of the tanks. I did do all my weekly testings for all these tanks. There's 0 nitrates, nitrites. There was a little bit of an ammonia spike when I put the flourish in, because the flourish over here does have a little bit of ammonium in it. Let me see if I can't get that. Oh, sorry about that. Here, I'll do it over here where I got the LED light. Now if I can just get my camera to focus on that. There we go. Or not. Needless to say, it says it has magnesium, iron, copper, sulfur, magnesium, fluoride. All I know is it said it had a tiny bit of ammonia in it or something. Ammonium or something. So that did give me a tiny bit of spike in these tanks, but I tested that this morning when I got up, and it's like, it's reading 0. And that it only went up by 5 parts per million, I think, which is pretty high spike, but in a matter of hours, that spike was done. So, yeah, I mean, I would say these tanks have a pretty good population of plants in them now. If anything, they're probably overcrowded. But, you know what? I'll be doing some more aquascaping videos, And I think this video is getting long enough, so I'm going to cut it there, guys. Please rate, comment, subscribe, smash that like button, and I'll try and put another video later today. You know, to show you what I'm doing next. I got a couple other things planned that I want to take care of. Alright, take it easy, guys.